Hello everyone, welcome to another bullet journal video. Today we are setting up my reading journal for the month of March. So I am using the same paper pack that I used in my main monthly setup and my normal bullet journal. You can check out the video link for that in the description below. But because I'm using colours as my theme, I went with this quote from 𝓘𝓽𝓮𝓮. One of the main characters in that book sees and feels in colour, and I thought it was perfect for this theme. However, the colours that Scarlett is describing in this moment are not unfortunately in the setup. I used a really bright paper pack by Heidi Swapp, and it is called Colour Fresh, and it's lots of brights of yellows and pinks and oranges, so sadly no rich brown or light blue, but I thought I would use this quote all the same because it was the first one that came to mind when I thought of the theme. And this is my usual setup for my monthly log at the beginning of each month in my reading journal. I always have a cover page, quote, and I have a space where I can put down my favourite read of the month. For the month of February, my favourite read is Second Star to the Left by Megan Van Dyke, and I really enjoyed these little segments each month of having a place where I can write down what I have enjoyed. Ironically, well, I shouldn't say ironically, but interestingly, both January and February are books that I was given to read as arcs. They were both my favourite books of the month, and I'm really excited to see if that trend continues or if I will have more traditional reads as my favourite books of the month. We'll just have to wait and see how we go through the rest of the year. But as you can see, we're just finishing up this page and then swapping over to the one that I use the most, which is the monthly view. In my last video about this page, I mentioned that I was having a bit of a hard time trying to figure out how to use it since I was changing up my style in this book. And I was meant to do 2 calendar layouts. However, I've actually found what I did in February working quite well. So I don't show you right now, but I actually divide those calendar boxes in half, and the top half is to write down the page number or the percentage that I got to on the book that I'm reading at that time, and the bottom half is for social media posts or release dates, something like that. And it's working really well over February. I've decided that I will do a little update video, just showing you what's been happening in my reading log so far, what I've enjoyed, what's not so great about it, what I would change in the future, and that video should be up sometime in March, probably mid-March. But we're getting back to the actual spread here. I made some mistakes. I went over too far on some of the lines, and I also had a bit of an issue with these stamps. I was not paying attention to what I was doing, and I did it not once but twice. You'll see in a very quick second that I put the D's around the wrong way on hold and read. But I try to fix them. It's not the greatest, admittedly, but it'll do. I don't know why I got them around the wrong way, not once but twice. I clearly was not paying enough attention to what I was doing. However, the same things that I usually use in this spread are here again. I've got my little boxes down the bottom to colour in and colour code for how many books I read each day, or if I read that day. I've got a little box for books hauled. I've made it smaller this time round because I'm hoping over March I will not buy so many books. Over January and February I have brought 10 books each. I think it might be 11 for this month because there is a book that just came out and I'm waiting for it to come into stock down here in my city. I'm not too sure if I'll get it before or after February. I'm kind of hoping it'll go into March so I can kick it into that one, but still, I need to curb this book buying addiction that I have at the moment. And I'm hoping with a smaller box that would hopefully settle me down. Fingers crossed. But that is pretty much the setup for this page. I'm just colour coding the little flags down the bottom of what colour will represent what amount of books or that did not read. So that is that. We're going to move on to my next page that I use to set up and sort of check back in almost every day to make sure that I'm on track with prompts and stuff like that. If you haven't seen before, I do a TBR jar prompt and I do draw out 6 prompts each month. I also have my actual TBR of 10 books that I'd like to read during that month, but I'm not really strict with it. I just kind of have it as a guide. I also read a lot of ARCs at the moment, so I have a section for that. And I also have a section for buddy reads this month because I'm going to be participating in at least 2 buddy reads with a wonderful friend on Instagram. We're going to be reading 𝓘𝓽𝓮𝓮 by Axio and Good Girl Complex by Al Kennedy, which I'm really excited for because 𝓘𝓽𝓮𝓮 is actually one of my 22 books of 2022, and so that'll tick that one off as well. And I've really been wanting to get to both of those books, so it's going to be fun to share that journey with other people. Final setup for the book is my reading log. This is just the jargon page, I call it, the place where I put down all the information about each book that I've read, star rating, how many pages it's got, how long it took me to read it. Very simple. I would really like to change this up somehow in the future, but I think this is the best way for me at the moment. I'm just not really enjoying how it looks aesthetically. I know that sounds silly because it's actually an informational and functional page, but I would really like to change it up. Any thoughts, you can leave them below. I try to keep the pages to about 2 sets of 2-page spreads, if that makes sense. Just because I read so many books a month, I don't want to go through too many pages, even though this is quite a big chunky book. However, this month I am not reading 24 books like I did in January. I am so far only up to 17. So my goal is generally about 18 books, and I'll definitely make that because I have started another book and I've got 2 more to follow that up, so maybe we'll get around 20. I'm not too sure yet, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this little setup. It's a little short this time around, and I'm hopeful that I'll be able to do a few more videos over March. I've been quite busy, so let's see how we go. I have a couple more videos planned. The next one up will be my TBR for March, and that will be put up on the 1st of March. So I hope to see you then. Bye everyone.